lock into a Nocturne, he's able to get the fear off. I don't know so much about Pantheon, though. Like, I'm not going to say definitively whether in the 1v1 Nocturne would beat Pantheon, but Nocturne actually is a really great duelist even before level, like, he doesn't need his ultimate to be able to do something on the map, but at this point, like, he really wants that one, so, yeah, 5-minute lane phase, maybe for G2, for Excel, they're looking more like, can we, slow things down until around 7, 8, 10 minutes, that'd be great.
And then you just have to pray. Because if there's anything that we've learned about this Pantheon jungle from Jankos, it's that he gets started as quickly as humanly possible.
I wish the match of the week would fall down here so I can see what the items are.
You need to know more about the match of the week, okay? It was a great game, and we're never going to stop talking about it.
Okay, so Jankos is obviously went for Talisman over Machete. Pantheon usually does more so clear through kind of like his AoE damage and taking down the AoE camps, although he is actually starting on his red buff. He's going to change up his pathing now. Jankos, Selfmade, and Cadril were kind of the three junglers, Jankos in particular did a lot, that were doing the wolf leashless start into Raptors into Krug camp, because it was about farming your tiny camps as quickly as possible, getting them to respawn, rather than doing your big camps, which take a lot more time investment, force your duo lane to leash for you as opposed to getting immediately onto the wave, but Jankos is like, today it's about me. Give me the red buff first, give me the leash, and is now doing a traditional jungle path.
And look, you've got a Ziggs Bard bot lane. So it's not like they're not going to get priority in bot lane anyway. So good that they're willing to give that up. Red buff obviously going to offer a bit more extra sustain too, so flexibility in jungle pathing, always good to see. We have Omni Stone for Mickey. He's honestly straight rolled the perfect keystone for level 1 in the form of Electrocute. So that's RNG, please. But otherwise, look forward to this potentially turning into Predator every time he leaves the lane. Very weird keystone. Don't think it's ever objectively right, but it does feel good.
It's like the Russian roulette of keystones. It's like unsealed spellbook if you just really wanted to live that crazy life. Like, that's how I feel about Omnistone. We've seen it in LPL. It was played on Fiddle support by JDG, I believe, and I feel like it's just this... It's like a... Is there no necessary keystone for the champion that I'm playing? Might as well. And you just kind of roll with the dice.
And it's so weird, because I've talked to Mickey extensively about this, and usually he's like, into melee matchups, you take Hail of Blades, because you can just slap, slap, slap really fast on a Tahm Kench, you can't really trade back, but I guess he's trying something spicy today. We're going to have to see what it does for him. Maybe he will just get those sweet Predator procs, but for now, honestly, this Varus is just smashing these trades, and because Mickey has yet to hit a stun, they can't really do anything in this lane. He's already out of mana, he's going to need to leave to grab Chang shortly, and sadly that Aftershock is not going to be huge in the fights to come.
And it wasn't going to be a 5-minute lane phase, it was going to be 3, but Jankos was sussed out by Mickey. We got Mickey and Mickey in the game.
Ooh, pretty tough one. Meanwhile, Expect is living his worst nightmare. They may not be on hit Nico, but since she gets to auto-attack for free against a melee champion, it might as well be.
Yeah, it's not going to be fun times for Expect. Now, that said, again, at level 6 is where things will really start to open up. We'll see what Expect actually itemizes for. Just went back and he grabbed the Doran's ring.
Just holding on, I guess mana sustain. You just want to farm with Q. Body blocking with the clone. Not going to do a whole lot for Wonder, but he's happy to have that lane control. Can just back for free now. Won't really have to burn TP at this stage. And while Mickey is trading back, he's burning through his mana incredibly quickly. So if Perks can just sustain up a bit, he should be fine. But instead, he's just going to take an early back here to get a bit more itemization.
And it's fine because at this point, Mickey can't push the wave as quickly as he would like to, as multiple teleports have now been used across the board. It's something to always watch with Excel. I'm actually surprised that they only have 2 TPs. They're usually the type of team that come with like 6 TPs. But I guess with the Business Voyage, that one will count.
It works. You take what you can get. And
it's just the fact that they're a slower moving team. I talked about earlier yesterday that they kind of have like very limited formations, if you want to think about it that way, comparatively to teams like G2 and Fnatic, who are much more fluid and flexible about how kind of they attack the map and what lanes that they play through. The example would be that like Torre never leaves Patrick's side. Of course, obviously this game on a Tahm Kench, like that's kind of his responsibility, but it almost doesn't really matter what champion Torre is on. Whereas if you look at
Kench being indicative of the fact that Torre wants to stay around Patrick, the Bard is pretty much the biggest indicator that Mickey has no desire to lane with Caps, that he's going to be the man to roam. Now, for now, he is staying in lane, he's holding as we do see Ziggs back, but looks like Expect might be in trouble here. Without level 6, he's very easy to dive, not going to do a whole lot of damage, and the follow-up CC is there from Perks. First blood, easy pickup for G2. Yanko's just going to walk that one off with the Aegis Assault.
Yeah, and it was just textbook and very clean. Obviously, you want to make sure that Pantheon is leading the charge right there, making sure that he's grabbing the aggro so he can very easily deal with it as well.
Caps! Is going to get the Caretaker Shrine there. Patrick just trying to free-fire a bit more damage, but Caps did just TP back into lane. Now, Perks is actually going to be the one who's caught out. Oh, there's nothing he can do. He gets a little sleepy, he gets taken out. Mickey and Cadril with a bit of revenge.
Or to go around the blue buff there and Mickey to be in that rush. Like, Perks knew that Mickey was going to be hunting for him, but good heads-up play from the duo of Excel.
They've shown a bit more flexibility in adapting into this one. Tori, though, out of mana. Patrick
Cadril
actually controlling the lane very well.
They just want to give sight. If Cadril can just instantly kill someone with his ultimate, that's really what he wants, which is why Jankos is sitting on the control ward here. He expects the Nocturne to be hunting for this ult. They're using Caps as bait.
Sidestep.
Oh no!
No, there's no way he gets out of this with the flash
no!
over the wall. He's just gonna give it away. The Ziggs! Cadril still has the flash, but it's perfect because he makes it out to safety anyway. And now it's Patrick in trouble. Tori's getting taken out. Cadril wants to do something here, but Mickey's actually the one who's gets traded. 1 for 1. Mickey, what were you doing? Now Perks is on the hunt though. The action just does not stop. Perks now going to go into the play. The stun is there. The Pantheon on the backside. Cadril just has to run for his life. The fear not going to be enough. Cadril with the spell shield, but it's too little too late. Jankos on a killing spree.
Oh, here comes the rock. No!
Sick.
Oh?
Doesn't connect to Sleepy
Bubble
Trail
didn't
Bubble.
connect.
They do walk away.
I think everything's calm right now. So again, Caps is being used as bait here. This is G2 like, they're just fishing. They know that Cadril's here. They know that he wants the ultimate. The flash from Torre doesn't connect the tongue, but the arrow from Patrick did. Immediately Cadril goes over the wall, and very cool play from Caps to try to use the explosive bomb to get over the wall. Cadril is then forced to flash, does pick up the kill, and then, as you were saying, Mickey goes forward when he really doesn't need to, and Patrick is able to also pick up another kill there.
Now you look at this one, and this is the good news for G2, is it was looking a little bit questionable there, but when they managed to get 2 on the bottom side, they give up Mickey, it's back to being questionable, but when they grab this kill from Cadril, semi-globals. But it might already be too late. When all these laners are starting to pull ahead, and when there's a 3-0-1 Pantheon looking to ult onto the bot side, Patrick run for the hills. There's no way out of this one. It's the lethal tempo Bard. He's chasing him down. It's not going to connect, though. Patrick just walking away, but it does not matter. Jankos cleans him up. Tori going to get locked up by the ultimate, setting up for the free stun. Timing doesn't even matter. He won't even go for it. Aftershock not going to need it. And Tori is going to get taken out. Nope.
They were trying to give it to Jankos. Meanwhile,
that was pretty awkward. Now Expect has to ult away, so... Well, we wondered what form G2 was going to be in, but he hit the Q, the guy just wasn't next to the wall. I'm sorry.
It's a long distance.
He flashed in like he was the Fed Pantheon going to do something. He's an 0-1-3 Bard with Aftershock.
It's fine. Agency. That's what I was talking about. It's the fact that G2 are on champions that can literally do whatever they want. They have so much mobility, they have so much power, they have a bunch of CC stacked everywhere. Like, the only person who doesn't really have agency is Caps on Ziggs. And that's really about it. So, they're just, they're mowing Excel over this map right now.
And the hose is already coming in from Wonder too, so just able to use that one to quickly clear out the wave. They're grabbing the Herald in the meantime, and Old Leech is going to continue to grow. Excel doesn't even feel like they really got to start in this game. Cadril still looking around the bottom side, trying to set up these plays. I like it. We are seeing the more aggressive side of the Varus Tom Kench when they try to use it to set up these dives, but it's going to be very hard to get anything done against Wonder. Lockup is there.
His decoy correctly.
Ulti can come out, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. Cadril's going to grab that one. Tom Kench reset the tower aggro, and now XL have priority access to the bot side tower, but the Herald has already been channeled into the mid lane. A lot of gold going to go over to G2, and they can just keep this train rolling.
And the fact that they also have Ziggs with them, so yeah, we did get to see, like you were saying, kind of the more offensive side of Tom Kench and how he unlocks the potential for tower dives. I think that's what Excel have probably practiced, because this looks like a type of composition that you would practice a lot behind the scenes, is those types of dives like that. But unfortunately they lose out huge.
This top doesn't scream Wombo combo to me, and maybe that's a narrow view of what Maokai can do. Is Tori's going to have a narrow view on how long his life will last here on the bottom side. A bit too aggressive. There was no one in the belly there. Just decided to serve out some catfish to G2. Going to be a bit questionable, but it will be traded potentially. Bard's going to try to walk out of this one. The fear does proc. He zooms away, but some reason manages to make it out of the portal, still goes down, and Mickey now has to run for the hills. Kiana is going to find the kill, another one for Perks. This is an absolute mess of a fight, and Excel are continuing to get the short end of the stick. Oh, big ulti, and once again, Caps gets nothing for it, but will be a kill for Wonder as Perks continues to be on the hunt, tries to find the follow-up, misses, doesn't even need to hit his skills, misses 2 of the 4 abilities he uses, does not matter. And
this is kind of what most games have been looking like if you've been watching G2 recently, and why I still feel that they're such a cut above everyone else. When you have such talented individual players, and you can draft compositions that are just kind of stacked with mobility, that team fights, they have changed the landscape. I'll hold it though, because here comes the TP. I think it's Expect. He does have ultimate.
Second TP
going
as well. Wonder's gonna make his way out of this one. That's gonna be the twofer. The follow-up is there. Wonder has to run, but there's nothing left. Excel. It may cost them 2 teleports. It may cost them all the ultimates they can imagine, but they do get some vengeance onto G2.
And that's gonna feel nice, but kind of like, back to the point, it's the fact that G2 are so talented individually that they just split up fights. You don't get to 5v5 G2, and even if you did 5v5 them, you probably still don't want to do that either, but they'll like 2v2, they'll 3v3, they'll 1v1 you, and it's like, everything is in chaos and everything is scattered, and they will test you individually on your decision making and your mechanics, and you will slowly fail. Like, the levies will all break, and that's what happened in this team fight. It's like, the first one broke, the water rushed in, suddenly like Excel are ripped from the inside out, and everyone's just like, every man for themselves. Expect dies in this fight, not using his ultimate. And that's kind of been the story of every team that's run into G2 recently with these very high mobility, skirmish-oriented competitions.
And here's the thing. I just hold that thought. Yankees is now getting engaged on this. Bad game for replays. Bardol's going to come down, going to deny anyone from getting saved by the Tom Kenshire because of the big fat Nico wall, and that's going to be more than enough to take Malphite. I'll goodbye to Expect. Mickey happy to grab that one. Torre just honestly next on the menu. We may be looking at a 20-minute game because I don't see any hope left for Excel in this one. Cadril with the snipe from the darkness. But now Perks is coming in on the backside. Nocturnal's going to be used, but he just gets punted right back into that tower, and one shot. Cap's finally going to grab the kill of his own, and while Mickey has to run away, the flash done from Pantheon will attempt to seal the deal, but it is not going to be enough.
Mickey, with another flash?
What I wanted to say about that last fight was it's like there's so many small instances where G2 outplay, and it's just little things that add up. We saw like the Bard ult coming through to interrupt 2 people when the Nocturne wanted to come down, but I guess we'll look at this play one more time.
Yeah, so Yanko starts up this fight. He is incredibly fed and very powerful, so he has full confidence to do that. Then the rest of G2 file in via behind from Bard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
But here's where you gotta watch Cadril.
Surprise!
Hashtag worth. Type it in all chat, run! Type it in all chat and run!
I hope we at least get to see Mickey X's flash at the end of this as he tries to catch Mickey on the back of the Zoe R. Oh, come on!
It's like that Blitzcrank game.
Everything needs to be coordinated and organized. To me, Excel are a very similar oriented team, and they're going against the team who just like ramrod their day with like one-on-ones and different meetings and like crazy stuff, and Excel can't catch the breath.
Look, it's Office Space versus Mad Max. You know, like, I think we know who wins in a fist fight, right? Like, when it comes down to it, is it the guy, like, spray painting his own face and shouting for glory, or is it the guy sitting there like, ah?
They beat the crap out of that copy machine, though.
They did. Good on Excel, man.
That was Wonder in that last team fight. When Cadril came out of the bush and just, like, killed the Nico, he's like, and screw you, fax machine! It's really awkward if no one's seen that movie.
Yeah, people are going to be really confused as to why you're talking about office supplies. But look, we're just
we're
working from home.
Like,
we really miss our copier. Let's just explain it that way. Just hope that our audience has seen the relevant movie.
I think I missed the age demographic. I need to go back to TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh!
Oh, here comes Nocturne right to the backside. Is there, but the exhaust is there too, and that's going to be very not effective. Cap sends himself right back to the face of Tonkin. It might not be intentional, but it also doesn't matter. G2. So ludicrously far ahead that they can do anything they want, and right now what they want to do is Pantheon alt right into Patrick's face. Instead, he's going to have to settle for Torre, and Wonder will grab Patrick instead. That's an absolute shellacking, and there's just nothing left for Excel.
And he has the Rift Herald. Okay, that's going to be at least the top in him.
Are they going to try to get
No.
Dancing Rift Herald? Dancing Rift
They don't
Herald?
have the hell.
I don't think... yeah, it will. It'll... Poor Rift Herald will kill it.
They can't.
It's there.
No, it's fine.
Fake Wonder.
so it is us.
Oh god.
There was a lot of action there.
Oh! Here we go, that's the setup. Should be a free stun. Throws through, doesn't get the timing right, but it does not matter. The follow-up is there. The Zig's all coming in on the backside. Patrick somehow manages to live, and now they have no exhaust for Cadril, but they're getting, ooh, shut down onto the Kiana. Clean flag.
Run!
He has no hope of getting away, though. He's getting chased down. That's a Predator Barb. He's just too fast.
Expect still has ultimate, though. Mickey, if he can land some of these bubbles, maybe Expect sets it up. He's trying to clear out the minions, wants to save the tower, and he dies for it.
You know it's bad when the Ziggs doesn't activate a satchel charge on you because he wants to kill the tower instead. Through. Clean stun from Mickey. Comes through the portal. Easy cleanup. Wonder now on a killing spree. Frosker in the last 5 minutes of this game have just been a G2 stun fest.
It feels like every team fight opens up, and Patrick doesn't even get to play these fights. He maybe throws like a single auto attack, and then he just gets blasted from downtown from Caps and Mickey's reach. And then like the threat of Jankos flying back, he just has to get zoned out of the fight, heal back up, and by the time he gets back into the fight, everyone on his team is dead.
He can't interact with any of these champions. Oh, Caps!
Okay. He interacted with that one just fine.
Yeah, that was fine. That one's gonna work out. Mickey now has to run. Make his way out of this one. Oh, that's a clean snare though. Follow-up stun is good as well. And now Jankos just gets to leave his face into that one. 12 kills for the Pantheon in this game. Absolute highlight reel for Jankos. Someone has to take this champion away from you. It is simply too strong. Mickey's gonna throw down an ignite. He's gonna run away as well. And G2 taking their time with the closeout. It's a bit too early for them to just walk down mid to close this one out. Have to give respect to the base damage on the enemy team. Otherwise, G2 are just going to end. One more good team fight should decide it. Tower taken out of the context for now. Wonder trying to find the follow-up. Tries to get the stun as well on the ultimate, but the shutdown again for Cadril. This man's stat padding. A lot of gold into the Nocturne, but
where is
Pantheon ult? Face first into the enemy, and I think they're just going to attack the Nexus. Backing off. They want one more fight.
Like they're going to auto-attack the Nexus.
Oh my god. Big damage. They're ready for the fountain dive on this one. Cadrill's trying to get something done, but he just gets one shot the second he jumps to that back line. The aftershock crossing on Bard means Mickey's unkillable. Now Tom Kent's just trying to make his way out